what we've done is we've changed LumiBot so that it now produces Parquet files.
Good.
That's what I'm working on right here,
Mhm.
actually, is the biggest bottleneck that I have found. Like I was working on this stuff with a client. I was like, why is this thing taking so long? It was mostly just because of the queries that we send to the CSV files, right? So as I mentioned earlier today to Andrew, right? A lot of times this thinking can take like 5, 10, 15 minutes sometimes. And the reason why is because it takes so long to get the data from CSV files. So what we've done is we've changed LumiBot so that it now produces Parquet files
Good.
instead of
Good.
CSV, yeah, which apparently can be, 10 to 100 times
Yeah.
faster for querying.
Yeah. And then reading them in, it went from like, 3 minutes to, 20 seconds or
Yeah.
something. It was just, again, huge.
Yeah.
So,
So I expect to see a pretty similar speed boost with what we're doing as well. Like a 3 minute to 20 seconds. I think that's very realistic. CSV files are just really inefficient.
yeah.
Like the more that I build algorithms and things like that and work with like more and more data, like CSV is just not the way to go. It's good to open up in Excel and it's convenient, but in terms of like actually moving data around, it's a terrible format.
I don't know why Theta Data doesn't just do them in Parquet.
Well, I mean, Theta Data made a bunch of questionable design choices. It's the guy who built the technology to begin with. I think he's like in his early 20s. So the
Oh,
fact that the service even runs is actually quite impressive. But I've had my own spats with them about not CSV files, but about like the way that they structure their APIs. Just drives me crazy. For a good 2 weeks, I was like really not happy with their dev team. But they're making good strides. Like they actually hired a bunch of engineers that are more sophisticated, right? Like the guy who runs it, Bailey, he's a CEO. Like I said, he's like in his 20s. He doesn't have a ton of tech experience, but he hired some really good people that I think are going to fix a lot of these problems, such as using Parquet files, such as using a proper REST API.
well, I mean, certainly the price of the data can't be beat, even with their normal price compared to, if you go to, CBOE, I mean, they want just ridiculous amount of money for.
Yeah. Even them, their data is really expensive because if you want to have like go back far enough, you basically have to pay $200 a month for each. And
Yeah.
even then, you still don't get data that's as good, right? Because Theta Data will give you a lot of like bid ask prices for options, which is
Yeah.
really, really important for options.
Yeah.
Whereas Polygon, it really just doesn't go back that far. So Theta Data really is a much better data source across the board, which is why we use them. But their tech, they need a little bit of a refresh in terms of tech. So what do you think about that? Put it into the comments. Let me know. I respond to all of your comments. So I'm very interested to hear what you thought about the video and what do you want to see next. And of course, if you're interested in any of this stuff, go check it out at botspot.trade.